fire truck. Hello Munchkins and viewers alike, it's me Munchie and we are doing this today. Yes, this is the Tiny Tales extra large fire truck. This year in 2020 has come out with extra large enclosures because they somewhat listened to the pet community of needing larger enclosures and thought that, well, since we got a child toy hamster line going on for humans only, not for the benefit of the hamster, gerbil, mouse, whoever goes in this type of enclosure, that kids really like inanimate objects because it makes them happy and the way it looks is cool and yada yada yada. So they thought then, dinosaur, that's great. So they did a dinosaur this year. And then they thought, what's another item? A fire truck. Now, before we get into this right here, I just want to say, welcome on in everybody. My name is Munchie, and I try to advocate for better care out there. And the Tiny Tales line and Petsmart, who makes them and distributes them, by the way, because it's their All Living Things line. So right up here, that these enclosures are targeted towards kids, and it's not appropriate to be housing small animals in things that constantly break, poor material, poor construction, as well as targeted themes and targeted audiences. Because that's not the way we should be adding a companion into our lives. We should want the companion to thrive in what they need, and we should not force them in something that may not be suitable for them. So that's why I'm here. That's why you probably have seen several of my videos on YouTube already discussing this. So we're going to be talking about this in an educational light, while also talking about the materials, construction, and price. And I also run a hamster, gerbil, and mouse rescue in Washington State. So that is my background, and that's why I'm here online. And let's get started. So right here, it says 33 inches by 15.3 inches. Now, this is supposed to be with those measurements above 450 square inches of floor space, which is the recommended size in the United States, because the United States has different pet laws as well as different pet marketing versus places like the United Kingdoms with more appropriate care, and Germany, which has one of the best cares in the world right now, because their care standards are well above, for minimum, 860 square inches. They are living in luxury over there. But due to the way the United States operates and runs, we are getting stuff like this. So I will be unboxing it for you guys today and showing you guys at the very end comparison cages that are similar in price or size or just overall better than what you're gonna see today. So I will be talking about this in a negative light, not because if you like this cage and you think it's appealing that I am dissing on you. I just want to properly show you and talk about some flaws, or actually most flaws, in this type of enclosure. So let's get started. Inside of this enclosure that I am now unboxing for you guys, we have packaging. We have the Tiny Tales, what looks like what it comes with, as well as how to disassemble on the back, because of course, if you're going to be putting this all together, that means you also have to take it apart to clean, which a lot of people don't like these types of weird inanimate object cages where it's just, there's different dimensions, there's different depths, there's different items. You have to be cleaning this constantly. And I'm not talking about deep cleans or spot cleans, I'm meaning about crevices, areas to which you might not be able to reach. You might have to scrub a bunch. Your hamster might urinate over there. It's very hard. So please keep that in mind when I am going and reviewing this. This, like I said before, is catered towards children because, you know, stickers for your kids. And of course, the other enclosures that is just the basic fun pack for them. And I really don't like this. I really think that people need to understand in 2020, which we domesticated golden hamsters about 1940s, the early 40s and late 30s, that we haven't even domesticated them in 100 years yet. And yet, within that amount of time, there has been people, especially adults, who love these small companions. And yet they think that this is just a kid's beginner's toy. I'm saying it now because honestly, kids will probably look at this in the stores, want this before they even want a hamster. And that's the marketing scheme of this. It is fun and cool if you really like fire trucks and like supporting our local firefighters, but do it in a way where you get your kids actual toys rather than something like this. Where to take apart? Oh God, does it light up? Oh my gosh, guys, it lights up. I see a USB cable right here. Why? They are twilight and nocturnal dwellers. They do not need to be lit up in the middle of the daytime. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, so it just comes as is. So no assembling required, probably just disassembling. Wow, that was the easiest unboxing. Hey guys, thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the unboxing review. We're not done yet, I'm just kidding. So it looks like here, it wants us to install the ladder that's right here. Everything is actually inside of here. So give me a second while I think take this apart. Is this the way to take apart? You have to grip here, pull them together, and lift up. How do I get it out? It's a ladder. How does one get this out? It's telling me I need to take the base apart. Okay, so how do I do that? It doesn't actually say in the instructions except for the disassemble part, which only shows right here how to do it in layers. Why? Munchie trying to figure out kid's toy. Makes huge mistake. Rips it all apart. Wait, oh my gosh. Look at this, guys. That just comes out like that. And then your hamster can easily get out. This is very, as you can see me bending it, that is very flimsy plastic. And like I said in the beginning, all of this plastic right here can easily get scratched, can easily break, and depending on the design of the enclosure, the parts of it can pop out, be chewed on enough so that hamsters can't escape. So this is a really big concern. And now I have to figure out how to pop this back on. Oh, but that just looked like it popped off so easily now that you see me doing this. It's supposed to be on like that, but it's popping off like that. That's not good. And there's like a little, oh my gosh, this is definitely going to cause a hamster to escape. I can say this with confidence right now, and that's a scary thing. There is a slit right here, a plastic. If hamsters find plastic that has gaps, they can start with their incisors chewing at the edge of this. So they'll keep doing it and keep doing it because this material is so flimsy that they can devour it, which devour means completely destroy it, not actually eat it. Although it is scary to think that possibly they could get some of these plastic pieces inside of their mouth. They usually just spit out what they chew. Same with wood. They don't eat wood, they spit it out. Oh no, okay, so I'm turning this sucker around here. Look at how easy that is to slide out of that side. How does this one lock into place then? Okay, so it's locked into place. I guess they were just, no, it's not. What? Oh, this is so scary. Oh, this is very scary. Oh, and look, we have more holes up here. Look at all these holes that I'm sticking my fingers inside of. So just taking all these off by the tabs here, at least trying to pry it apart. Yes, so that's how you take that off. Okay, we are looking at the inside now. This is all wrapped up. This is the chute. There it is right here. And then I don't know where this goes to. That's interesting. Maybe it does just sit there. A little fire hidey station. At least they did provide a hide inside of here. It is big enough for a Syrian hamster, dwarf hamster, mice. Gerbils should never be placed inside of here. However, the box does say gerbils can go in here. Gerbils devour plastic much easier than hamsters, and they will escape plastic enclosures. Please never, ever give your gerbils plastic enclosures or plastic items, except for hard water bottled or hard wheels that they cannot chew easily. Then we have this up here, which will be connected to the ladder, like so. I hope you guys know how cheap this feels when I do that. It's so annoying. There is a very tiny wheel right here, which this wheel in the Tiny Tails line is about 6 inches. The outside says 6 inches. And these that come with kits like this are never enough. And they are too small for Campbell's Russian Dwarf, Chinese, Syrian, and Hungarian Winter Whites. These are even 0.5 inches too small for Roboroskis. And mice should not be on these wheels. Yet, they think that they can get you with, well, we have everything here, boom, 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 boom. No, not true. Unfortunately, pet stores do not provide the most adequate care when it comes to instructing new-time pet owners what to do. And a lot of trust is put into employees that have no background or no history with these specific species of animals and go off of guides or what their superiors tell them to, which a lot of the times in pet stores, their leaders on duty might not be as observant or might actually cut corners or do something that's not appropriate where all of their other employees kind of follow that example, and it's not good. The United States is very poor when it comes to pet store care, but in the United Kingdom or places like Germany, in those pet stores, they actually have ethical breeders supplying them with their animals or working alongside them to have appropriate care, or their laws are telling them and guiding them they have to do it this way. Whereas the United States, unfortunately, is just all willy-nilly. And it comes with the accessories, which is a food bowl and the water bottle, which we won't really get into much just because they are basic accessories. Right here, there is 2 tunnels that actually is a bit scary if you think about this. There's tunnels that you will have a harder time trying to access because they are not very easily accessed. If you're trying to get, for instance, your hamster out of, say, this wheel right here, does it come off? I don't know if this comes off. Ugh. I don't think it comes off, although it does have these right here. You see that? And these you can actually attach your tubes to attach to other cages. Now, this is not suitable at all, in my opinion. And they also, the wheels have, again, those holes in them, which will make chewing a lot easier for hamsters because they have grip now. You are providing grip for hamsters to be able to latch onto stuff when they're bored and destructive and can escape. But anyways, I can't really open this up right now, but that's one way of getting to the hamster that may need your attention. The other way is, I guess, taking this layer off, which I don't know how to do it. Like, if you really needed to get to your hamster, this is the hardest way of getting to them. And why would you even have a species of animal that you cannot access that easily? So let's take this off. Wait, can I still not take this off? Can I really still not take this off? Do I have to take off everything? Okay, so the front part of this right here, this comes off. I don't know what this is for. Does this go anywhere? No, it doesn't. This is just for design. Look at that, and it fits in right there, but it has no functionality. What, are you just gonna store your chew toys in here? If I can get this back open, there we go. Yeah, it's a storage compartment because, you know, by George, you have no space to store food outside of this enclosure. Yeah, so step 4, getting to know your tremendous truck's features, pull out storage tray, that's definitely what it's called. Removable windows, which is a bad idea. Removable hubcaps for connecting additional habitats, which I explained has holes in them. An LED light up bar for when duty calls, simply plug into USB port to light up, which is the stupidest idea. It's just there for you, human interaction. It's not a benefit to the animal, and it makes it sound fancier than it needs to be. There's no way, it says on here that I am reading, where you can take off this layer right here to get to your hamster. Your hamster, if it's dead, will not be able to be removed. Let me just flip this now to see if we can remove this. Oh, thank God. And you can probably get out your hamster this way. So I am disassembling this cage, which is so weird in an unboxing video because usually you're assembling it, not disassembling it. But to make points, I have to disassemble it apparently. So it looks like right here it is completely stuck to the red base. So I can't really lift it up. Nope, I cannot lift it up. So can I pop this off? No. Okay, so it does look like right here we can't unlatch it. But the thing is, if it's so stuck inside of here, how does one get it out? Can I free my poor hamster who appears to not want to come out to play with me because they're hiding in the tubes? Hello, hamster. I'm coming to get you. Why is this so difficult? Oh, I'm so frustrated. I'm a child that can't get to my hamster, so I'm banging on it. And I just pulled and woke up my hamster so I can easily take this part off to try to get him. Nope, still can't get to him. Darn. Okay, so can I take off the sides here? I'm trying to rotate them, thinking maybe it's a twist off, but now that I look inside, it doesn't look like a twist off. Yeah, I'm trying to open it, but it just, the blue parts you have to take off. Okay, there we go. I took that off. Oh my God. I can't get the blue part off. Like, I mean, now I can access my hamster with at least one side. I am Plastic Man. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. You see me build a fire truck. I can't get this bloody thing off. But this is not an enclosure. Like, I want to show you afterwards how you can easily assemble, disassemble, and get to your hamster easier in an enclosure that doesn't require gimmicks. This is a gimmick. This is a horrible gimmick that just looks neat to the human eye, but it's a trap. Like I showed you there, it's hard popping these off. It's not needed to have a tray right here, but what I should be doing, at least for right now, is showing you how to put on supposedly this. So let me try to put things back. Pretend like I'm done cleaning this. I have to put like this away because they just urinated in it. And that's the problem too. If you allow urine to be inside of here without any bedding, it's going to attach to the sides of the plastic. Plastic pieces will retain urine and it will be very hard to scrub off without one of those paint scrubbers that you get at the hardware store, which, yeah, if it gets really bad, you have to use that. So it looks like these are now attached and back. Oh, by the way, I have a scratch right here. Look how easily this is scratchable. You know what? Just for happy fun time measures, because I'm so salty with this line in Petsmart. There's my mark, Petsmart. I hope you're happy. It's just disgusting. Look at how easy. I know I should not have done that, but I did that for purposes because look at how easy you can scratch this. Yes, the wheels are preventing that area from getting scratched, but your hamster is gonna dig and dig and dig and dig and want to dig. And look at all of these scratch marks. Actually, can you see? I know the lights are in the way, but hopefully you can see. There's just so many scratch marks now. Because yeah, technically I did it, but your hamster scratch marks can easily be seen. Your hamster can start chewing the rim of this right here. And if you are not providing a wide enough space, they are going to be very upset. The pan, is there even a pan depth in here? Because if we're looking at this, hamsters and mice need at least 3 inches as a bare minimum. For Syrian hamsters, recommended is about 5 to 6, but that's recommended. They can still pile their bedding up and be able to sleep underneath it. But for this right here, the only part that actually holds a good amount of bedding is right here. Because as you can see, these are all raised. So the only chance your hamster can actually burrow is in this section, unless they bring all their bedding and they stuff it in these tunnels, which again is a very big problem for when it comes to cleaning time. The lips are very deceiving because right here it changes when it comes to the size of the lip. So this small section of this lip here, before it starts flowing over and outside of the cage, is 3 inches. But up here it's 5 inches. It's funny, it's a fire truck video, and the fire station is literally calling for aid. Another part, because I have to scream now because there's like commotion going on outside, is that, hey look, I'm a child and I'm gonna push this thing around the bedroom because it's got fake wheels and I'm gonna pretend like it's a toy, which is a very bad idea. Please guys, don't do that. Please, please, please don't do that. But right now, let us measure the pan right here. I'm gonna start from the inside and it looks like it is about 30 inches by about 14 inches. So 30 times 14 that is only 448 square inches. That is like 2 inches below minimum. And people were saying, just from what the box says, it's more, but that's only measuring at the longest point. So no, this is not 33 inches by 15. It does not meet square inch minimum, and I would not put a hamster inside of here with all these factors of material, scratching, being easy to rip apart and break out. It does come with its own hides, but if you wanted to add hides, it might be a little bit difficult, just maybe, because the wheel can only go in one part. Because this is the only place this so-called wheel can attach to. Now, can it detach? That's the question. What if you did have this for, say, an attachment to a bigger enclosure? First off, why would you do that, knowing that the material is unsafe and easy to damage and break out? And 2, you're wasting, guess what? $130+ And that's not even counting tax yet. Yes, I spent $130 on this enclosure. It is a nightmare. And it looks like the dinosaur cage is now $100 to try to entice people to buy it because they were not buying it new. Okay, I'm trying to get this off, but I guess maybe I should leave it. Now that's the tricky part. Trying to remove this from an already wobbly plastic here. How do you remove it without breaking or damaging the plastic? Because right now I am struggling just trying to get it out. This frame here is very rubbery. It's a rubbery plastic. This plastic feels more childlike than the actual base. We gotta snap it on. Snap, snap, snappity snap. Now we gotta fit this back. We gotta line it up because it looks like it has little crevices that it just slides into. All right, I did not realize this either, but the doors right here, they open for some reason. Well, this one feels pretty secure. As I'm pushing on it, you can see. But when we go to this side, this one is already coming out. You see that? It's actually already coming off, and it's not supposed to. Oh, there we go. It just clips in like that. But this is not a way you can get inside. It's these where you'll be able to get inside. So you have a very limited space right here. So let me just try to see if I can pretend like I'm interacting with my hamster. Oh, hi, sweetie. Hi. Hi, ooh, please don't run over there. All right, come here. Gotcha. All right. See, I got him. Oh, nope, he's flipping out. Come on. No, don't run over there. Okay. Oh, ow, ow, ow. This angle's really bad. Okay, so this angle, completely okay. This angle, you're gonna struggle trying to get your hamster in the front part of this cage until they go down the rabbit hole. Okay. I know where it goes. It's supposed to go right here because there's little stairs that actually go all the way up to here so they can reach it. Let's see, can dwarf hamsters reach that? I guess dwarf hamsters can, yeah. So I can say at this point, it is big enough for dwarf hamsters, mice, and it's kind of a tight squeeze for Syrians, honestly, but it's not gonna be something that'll kill them. However, they are supposed to be able to go up this part here in order to get to the next section, which I'm gonna be attaching. This again has places for them to chew up, and this is rubbery. This is even easier to chew up than this stuff. This is all just, it's a disaster waiting to happen, and your child is gonna be devastated, or maybe you're gonna be devastated that your hamster escaped. But we're supposed to attach it because these knobs are supposed to go in here. This is bad. This is very bad. It's supposed to be sitting. Oh, there we go. So it's supposed to be sitting like that. It does look wide enough for at least Syrians up here. And then the same type of concept as the dinosaur cage. It's a lookout. Oh, that's annoying. So you're probably not going to be able to see this, but right here, there's very tiny raised slits that this part is supposed to be wedged inside of. And the holes on each side right here is supposed to line up. And right now, one of them looks like it's partially lined up. Why do I not like that sound? Before I completely destroy this, this part's supposed to open up too, so you have a little access to this. Just a little. I got it in, guys. I got it in. It's a little bit wobbly though. So now that I've assembled this, or not really assembled, disassembled and reassembled it, this enclosure here, I'm gonna share with you guys other enclosures that are maybe cheaper, around the same price, and maybe a little bit bigger, and might be more enjoyable to you. But I do wanna see this thing light up, so computer, where are you? And this is what it looks like with it lit up. Now this isn't as bright as I thought it was going to be, but it's still not needed. It really isn't. Here we have 4 enclosures, including the Tiny Tails extra large fire truck. These are supposed to be cages to compare with the fire truck here that are very similar in size or money or just functionality. First one we have is the already established enclosure up at the top left. This enclosure houses 2 mice, my old senior gals here, Starfire and Raven, that are foster fails at the rescue. They are in a 110 quart Sterilite bin cage that I have DIY'd to have proper ventilation, and this is roughly 450 square inches. This is very easy to access, very easy to clean, and it is a cheap option. The one below it is the Savic mouse and dwarf enclosure that's on Amazon, and it is around $130. This is the same price as the fire truck, but you have more room. You have one easy access large door down there. It does come with accessories, but it is a good and better cage because you can easily take the sides off. There's only two pieces besides that ledge that you really need to disattach, versus the fire truck where you have to take off a plethora of different things in order to clean it, which is the most annoying thing I can think of when it comes to animal keeping. You do not want to focus so much time and attention on cleaning your hamster enclosure. It should be done within 20 minutes. It should not have to take you about an hour. And then the last part is the Preview 528 cage that is sitting right underneath the fire truck. This cage is $80 right now. We are in the middle of a global-wide health crisis, so it might drop back down or raise up depending on what the world's status is like by the time you watch this video. But this enclosure is 608 to 612 square inches of floor space, so you can provide ledges, bridges, interactions, larger wheels. And that's another thing about all these enclosures. You can provide the right type of size wheel, except for the 110 quart Sterilite that is not appropriate for Syrian hamsters. It is appropriate for dwarfs and mice, just not Syrians. But the Preview is definitely acceptable just because it can store much more inside of it, as well as the height allows it to store bigger wheels and bigger hides. The fire truck in this case is one of the most claustrophobic cages I've had the pleasure of working with. Well, technically, not my pleasure, but it's a pleasure to inform you guys of the mistakes that these companies are making to try to get you to buy a hamster, to buy the enclosure it comes with. So thank you guys so much for watching today's educational review unboxing video of the Tiny Tales extra large fire truck. If Petsmart would like to reach out to anybody when it comes to criticisms of their lines, I would highly encourage Petsmart to reach out to the California Hamster Association and Ontario Hamster Club, because this is where the Tiny Tales line is currently being sold. Petsmart, I would highly encourage you guys to do a lot better. You're missing the mark when it comes to the construction, what is appropriate, as well as the materials of other things here. And yeah, just the design. The design, not just because it's a child's toy, but because it is very easy to have certain things get chewed on, to break off, to not assemble correctly. And pet parents will not want to spend so much money on your line when there's better options out there. Technically, as we're speaking right now, you could buy a 40-gallon breeder tank, which is 648 square inches and a 17-inch height, for only about $99.99. Without the lid, that is. With the lid, it comes closer to spending about $125, and that is almost as much as this enclosure here. But a 40-gallon breeder tank is quite large, but it is very easy to see your hamster inside of here. The other point is you're not really seeing your hamster inside of here. Yes, it is kind of clear, but it's still clouded. You can't really visually see much of your hamster in action, so tanks are actually a lot better of an option if you're looking for something you can easily view. So I do not recommend this enclosure. I really highly do not recommend this enclosure as an attachment to your main enclosure. I have seen people say that they're attaching the dinosaur to their main enclosure, which is the other cage. Please do not. I have many safety concerns about that neck, that tail, just the holes that they can easily chew through if your hamster's stressed. Hamsters should not be in plastic. Plastic bins where they have no way of chewing on the sides of it. Those are like the only thing that is really accepted when it comes to plastic. But if your enclosure is mainly plastic like this, it is the biggest safety hazard, and I highly do not recommend it. I do not care if it looks nice or not. It is not worth your time. And if you like better enclosures, but you want a cheaper option, because you know this is $130+ in tax, I would highly recommend checking out OfferUp, Craigslist, and Facebook Marketplace. There has been some really good cheap deals on appropriate enclosures. Or just get yourself an IKEA DTOF. Simple, easy, done if you have tools, that is, for a DIY lid, because that's a must for Syrians. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. And thank you so much for supporting the channel throughout this Tiny Tales journey. I did not see that coming. Don't worry guys, that was just a test for the cage to make sure that if it were to drop from anywhere, like maybe a child pushed it over or an animal somehow bumped into the side of the table, knocking it over, that your hamster would not escape. But guess what guys, this is a great reason why I knocked it over, because now your hamster has escaped. The top popped off. And let's see, there is some minor scruffs. But if your hamster was sleeping inside of this compartment while you accidentally knocked it off, they would have escaped onto the floor by now. Escape from here, or just be escaped from here after a horrible tumble. Not safe! So don't buy it. And have a good day, guys. Bye-bye! So I just wanted to note this before I start putting Mr. Fred the fire truck away here, that I ended up noticing that this can easily be warped. And as you see me pulling on it, I can demonstrate to you how flimsy this is. This is supposed to hold your hamster in the enclosure. This is not doing a very good job at all. So yeah, no, don't buy this. Don't buy this as an attachment. Don't buy this at all. This is concerning.